Have you ever wondered why someone can feel perfectly fine one day and suffer a heart attack the next? It happens more often than most people realize. After the age of 60, one of the biggest threats to your heart isn't something you can see or feel. It's happening silently inside your arteries every single day. Bad cholesterol, also called LDL cholesterol, can gradually build up in the walls of your blood vessels over many years. As these deposits grow, they can narrow the arteries and make it harder for blood to reach your heart and brain. In some cases, a plaque can rupture, forming a blood clot that may trigger a heart attack or stroke. The frightening part? Many people have high cholesterol without any warning signs. You may feel healthy, energetic, and active while this process is quietly developing. But here's the encouraging news. Research consistently shows that healthy eating patterns can significantly improve cholesterol levels over time. Certain foods are especially rich in nutrients that help support heart health and lower LDL cholesterol as part of an overall healthy lifestyle. And today, I'm going to share 2 foods that many older adults overlook, foods that are inexpensive, easy to find, and backed by decades of nutrition research. If you're over 60, this may be one of the most valuable videos you watch this year. Stay with me until the end, because the second food surprises almost everyone. Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Ethan Brooks, your educational host here on Senior Food Blog. Every week, we explore practical, research-informed nutrition strategies that may help older adults stay healthier, stronger, and more independent. One thing I've learned after years of studying healthy aging is this: small daily food choices often have a much greater long-term impact than people expect. Many people believe that once they're prescribed cholesterol medication, diet no longer matters. That simply isn't true. For many individuals, medication and healthy eating work together, not against each other. Never stop or change prescribed medication without discussing it with your healthcare provider, but don't underestimate the power of everyday nutrition. I've spoken with countless older adults who were surprised to learn that simple dietary changes, maintained consistently, helped improve their cholesterol numbers alongside other healthy habits like walking, weight management, and following their doctor's advice. The goal isn't perfection, the goal is consistency. Let me tell you about someone I'll call Margaret. Margaret was 69 years old. She loved spending weekends with her grandchildren, but noticed she became breathless climbing stairs. She assumed it was simply aging. During a routine checkup, her doctor found her LDL cholesterol was higher than recommended. Instead of feeling discouraged, Margaret focused on gradual changes. She added more heart-healthy foods to her meals, reduced foods high in saturated fat, started walking most evenings, and followed her physician's treatment plan. Several months later, her cholesterol had improved, she had more energy, and she felt more confident about her future. Was there a miracle food? No, there was consistency. And that's exactly what we're talking about today. Let's understand what's actually happening inside your body. Think of your arteries like clean water pipes. When they're healthy, blood flows smoothly. But over time, LDL cholesterol can contribute to fatty deposits called plaque. These plaques gradually narrow the arteries. Your heart then has to work harder to pump blood. Your brain receives less oxygen-rich blood. Your muscles receive fewer nutrients. And your risk for cardiovascular disease increases. Here's another important point. As we age, our metabolism changes. Many people become less physically active after retirement. Muscle mass naturally declines. Body fat distribution changes. These factors can make cholesterol management more challenging than it was in your 40s. The good news? Diet remains one of the most effective lifestyle tools for improving cholesterol levels. Not overnight, not in 1 week, but steadily over time. That's why today's 2 foods are so powerful. They work with your body, not against it. Many seniors believe they need to eliminate every food they enjoy forever. That's not what heart health experts recommend. Healthy eating isn't about fear, it's about balance. Replacing some foods with better choices more often than not, can make a meaningful difference over months and years. And that's where most people make their biggest mistake. In the next section, I'll show you 3 everyday habits that quietly raise LDL cholesterol, even among people who believe they're eating healthy. One of them is probably in your kitchen right now. Don't miss it. Why your cholesterol may still be high. Now that you understand how cholesterol affects your arteries, let's talk about something even more important. Many seniors believe they're eating healthy, yet their cholesterol numbers barely change. Why? Because of 3 incredibly common mistakes. These habits seem harmless, but over time, they can make it much harder to keep LDL cholesterol under control. Let's begin with the first one. Mistake number 1. Low fat doesn't always mean heart healthy. For years, grocery stores have been filled with products labeled low fat, fat-free, or light. Those labels sound reassuring, but here's what many people don't realize. When manufacturers remove fat, they often add extra sugar, refined starches, or other ingredients to improve the taste and texture. The result? A food that may be lower in fat, but still not very nutritious. Eating large amounts of highly processed foods made with refined carbohydrates can make it harder to maintain healthy cholesterol levels and may also contribute to weight gain in some people. Imagine trying to clean your house while someone keeps bringing in more dust. That's what happens when healthy habits are constantly working against unhealthy food choices. Margaret's story. Margaret believed she was making smart choices. Every morning, she ate fat-free flavored yogurt. She drank fruit juice instead of eating whole fruit. She bought low-fat cookies because the package looked healthy. During her annual checkup, she was surprised that her cholesterol hadn't improved very much. Her doctor suggested focusing less on marketing labels and more on whole foods. She switched to plain yogurt with berries, oatmeal, and nuts. Over the following months, she noticed she stayed full longer, had steadier energy, and her follow-up blood work showed encouraging progress alongside her overall healthy lifestyle. The lesson? Don't let the front of the package make the decision for you. Always look at the ingredient list and nutrition facts. Mistake number 2. Not eating enough soluble fiber. This may be the biggest mistake older adults make. Fiber isn't just good for digestion. Certain types, especially soluble fiber, can help lower LDL cholesterol by binding to cholesterol in the digestive system, so some of it is removed from the body rather than absorbed. Unfortunately, many seniors eat far less fiber than recommended. Breakfast pastries, white bread, sugary cereals, processed snacks, these foods often provide very little of the fiber your heart needs. Robert's story. Let's talk about Robert. Robert was 72. Breakfast usually meant toast with butter and sweet tea. Lunch was a sandwich made with white bread. Vegetables only appeared at dinner, and sometimes not even then. After meeting with a dietitian, Robert began making simple changes. He started eating oatmeal several mornings each week. He added beans to soup. He included apples, pears, and vegetables with his meals. Nothing dramatic, just consistent improvements. Several months later, his doctor noticed healthier cholesterol levels and encouraged him to keep going. Robert said something I'll never forget. "I thought I needed expensive supplements. It turned out I needed more real food." Mistake number 3. Fearing all fats. This misunderstanding has been around for decades. Many people still believe that every type of fat is harmful. That's simply not accurate. Your body actually needs healthy fats. The key is choosing the right kinds. Foods rich in unsaturated fats, such as olive oil, nuts, seeds, and avocados, can be part of a heart-healthy eating pattern, especially when they replace foods high in saturated fat. On the other hand, diets high in saturated fats from certain processed foods and fatty meats can raise LDL cholesterol in many people. The goal isn't eliminating fat. The goal is replacing less healthy fats with healthier ones. Helen's story. Helen was 67. She avoided nuts because she thought they contained too much fat. Instead, she often reached for crackers and processed snack foods. When she learned more about healthy fats, she made a simple swap. A small handful of unsalted nuts replaced her afternoon snack. She also began cooking more often with olive oil instead of butter. Over time, these changes became habits, not restrictions. Helen often says she never felt like she was on a diet. She simply started eating smarter. Hashtag why these mistakes matter. Here's something many people don't realize. No single meal determines your cholesterol. It's the pattern of your eating over weeks, months, and years that matters most. Think of every healthy meal as making a small deposit into your heart health savings account. One good meal won't change everything, but hundreds of good meals? They can add up to meaningful improvements over time. And now comes the part you've been waiting for. What are the 2 foods that deserve a place in almost every senior's kitchen? One of them has been recommended by heart health experts for decades. The other surprises nearly everyone because it's inexpensive, easy to prepare, and packed with nutrients that support healthy cholesterol levels. In the next section, I'll reveal both foods, explain why they work, and show you the easiest ways to include them in your daily routine without complicated recipes or expensive ingredients. Food number 1. Oats. If you've made it this far, congratulations, because the first food isn't exotic, it isn't expensive, and you can find it in almost every grocery store. It's oats. You may have eaten oatmeal for years without realizing it's one of the most heart-friendly breakfasts available. So why are oats so powerful? The answer is a special type of soluble fiber called beta-glucan. When you eat oats regularly as part of a balanced diet, beta-glucan forms a gel-like substance in your digestive system. This helps reduce the amount of LDL, baddies cholesterol your body absorbs, allowing more cholesterol to be removed naturally. That's one reason many heart health organizations recommend oats as part of a cholesterol-lowering eating pattern. But here's the mistake many people make. They buy instant-flavored oatmeal loaded with added sugar. Instead, choose plain rolled oats or steel-cut oats whenever possible. Then make them delicious naturally. Try adding fresh blueberries, sliced strawberries, apple pieces, cinnamon, chopped walnuts, ground flaxseed. Not only will your breakfast taste better, you'll also stay full longer and support your overall heart health. Simple action plan. Tomorrow morning, replace sugary cereal or pastries with 1 bowl of oatmeal. It takes only a few minutes to prepare. One small habit, repeated hundreds of times, can become one of the healthiest routines in your week. Food number 2, beans and lentils. Now let's talk about the second food. This one surprises almost everyone. Beans and lentils, black beans, kidney beans, chickpeas, lentils, navy beans. They're among the most affordable foods in the supermarket, and they're packed with fiber, plant protein, and nutrients that support heart health. The combination of soluble fiber and plant protein makes them especially satisfying, helping many people feel full while supporting healthy cholesterol levels as part of an overall balanced diet. A success story. Let me tell you about someone we'll call James. James was 74 years old. Like many retirees, he loved large portions of red meat. His doctor encouraged him to try replacing a few meat-based meals each week with bean or lentil-based dishes. At first, he was skeptical, but his wife began making hearty lentil soup, bean chili, and chickpea salads. A few months later, James told me something that made me smile. He said, "I never imagined simple beans could become one of my favorite meals." He wasn't chasing a miracle. He was building healthier habits, one meal at a time. How to eat more beans. Many people overthink it. You don't need fancy recipes. Start simple. Add beans to vegetable soup, mixed salads, rice bowls, whole grain wraps, homemade chili, stews. Even replacing 1 or 2 meat-heavy meals each week with legumes can be a positive step toward a heart-healthy eating pattern. Hashtag daily heart health routine. Here's a simple routine you can begin this week. Breakfast. A bowl of plain oatmeal topped with berries, walnuts, and cinnamon. Lunch: a colorful salad with chickpeas, olive oil, and plenty of vegetables. Snack: an apple or pear with a small handful of unsalted almonds or walnuts. Dinner: grilled fish or skinless chicken with steamed vegetables and a side of lentils or beans. Drinks: choose water, unsweetened tea, or other beverages without added sugar most of the time. These aren't extreme changes. They're sustainable habits that can support your heart for years to come. If you're still watching, it tells me one thing. You care about your health and you're taking steps to protect it. I want to hear from you. Which of these two foods do you already eat most often, oats or beans? Leave your answer in the comments below. Your experience might encourage another viewer to make a healthy change today. And if you're finding these videos helpful, please like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications. Every week, we share practical, research-informed nutrition tips designed specifically for adults over 60. Before we finish, I want you to remember one important truth. Your heart doesn't know how old you are. It responds to the choices you make today. No single food can melt cholesterol overnight. No miracle supplement can erase years of unhealthy habits. But consistent, evidence-based changes like eating more oats, beans, fruits, vegetables, nuts, and whole grains while limiting foods high in saturated fat can make a meaningful difference over time. You don't have to change everything this week. Start with one breakfast, then one lunch, then one healthier grocery trip. Small steps become lifelong habits, and lifelong habits help build a healthier future. If this video gave you hope or taught you something new, please share it with a friend or family member over 60. A simple recommendation could inspire someone else to take better care of their heart. Thank you for spending your time with me today. I'm Dr. Ethan Brooks, and I'll see you in the next video. Until then, take care of your heart because every healthy choice you make today is an investment in tomorrow. Stay healthy, stay active, and I'll see you next time.